the Brooklyn Academy of Music, otherwise known as BAM, where on the 10th of May in the year 2011, the Edible Festival, Brooklyn Uncorked, took place. I'm Johnny Cigar. I'm with the Noble Rot, a traveling wine saloon, and that's Brian Quinn, there on the left. He's my traveling cohort. We were invited to speak with some of the wineries and some of the restaurants involved in the event. And it was a wild, wild good time. BAM is a fantastic venue for this, and we really hope that you enjoy listening to some of these interviews. You may even learn something about wine.
You have the Douai Uve, the Syrah Merlot blend, and he has the Rosado di Rofosco, and I have the Rosado di Merlot, so a little sampling of colors and flavors.
So how many varietals do you guys play around?
Over 2 dozen.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Can you name all of them really quickly?
Whites, Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, Tokai Friulano, Pinot Bianco, Moscato Tonel, Gewürztraminer, Sauvignon Blanc, Ribolla Gialla, Aligoté, Semillon. I'm sure I'm forgetting some.
I don't understand any of those words.
All moderate climate, rain-friendly varietals that make sense with where we're working, yet have something new to offer in our place. The property was purchased in '79 by Walter Channing. The vineyards were planted in '82, the first ones, and the winery came into existence in 1995. I've been there since 2000. I've been the winemaker since the 02 vintage, started making wines at 01, and ever since then. So.
Were you making wines elsewhere on the island before that?
No, I was cooking. We make so many different wines is because we really believe there's a mood, a food, a season, a flavor, a style to go with so many different things. So we make 2 dozen different wines because there really is a different time and a place, whether it's spring and Sauvignon Blanc and asparagus and ramps, or it's, you know, fall and squash and mushrooms and barrel-fermented Chardonnay or skin-fermented white.
What wine of yours would you pair with deep fried?
So we make a materized, fortified Merlot.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I've been looking for
We're there for
ages.
you, man. We got you covered.
Thank you.
We're what you might call a négociant. Like it's a more of a European style of winemaking, so we buy all of our grapes from other growers.
You have a tasting room in Williamsburg.
Yeah, we opened up just about 6 months ago, and you can come down and do flights of all of our wines. We've got a whole portfolio down there.
Let's talk a little bit about your labels.
Yes.
Because they're very interesting.
Each wine has a different Brooklyn artist featured on it, and then when we change up the vintage of the wines, we switch up the artists.
Does the wine in the bottle taste like what the art provokes?
Kind of, yeah.
Is that the idea?
Yeah, they're definitely matched. So, this is the coolest feature of all, that these labels peel. You know, something like that. And you can turn your refrigerator into your own personal Brooklyn art gallery.
So, if you would want, like anyone coming here today, to take away an idea of New York State Long Island wines, what would that be?
That there's a ton of variety and a lot of artistry that goes into the wines themselves, and it's really an exciting region. There's so much to try from, and it also being from Brooklyn. How freaking cool is that? It's the center of all New York State.
Exactly, yes. Not Manhattan.
No.
It's all happening in Brooklyn. We love, oh, we are.
They drink too.
Brian lives in Manhattan.
Fair enough.
What do you drink?
Oh, 6 Merlot.
Scotch.
We're one of the 3 wineries out on the South Fork, Channing Daughters and Duck Rock. We're the furthest east, closest to Bordeaux, of course.
I've heard of it.
Yes. It was founded by Christian a German guy.
Oh, German!
Winemakers, German as well, so our wines are very...
Kielbasa? Eating kielbasa with this? Oh, right.
I would say...
Wiener Schnitzel?
Wiener Schnitzel.
I'm German, I wouldn't know.
You're German? So you tell us what to pair with the wine.
We didn't ask the camera people to get involved in the interview.
This is our wine, and we always say, well, it's 70% stainless steel. So we started in stainless. We have these great big stainless steel tanks. The fruit is, as soon as they pick it, they press it, they keep it off the skins, so the juice goes right into stainless. And then after the last, I would say the last maybe a month or 2, they put it in neutral French oak.
And what am I drinking?
Oh, you have the Cabernet Franc. It's a 2007. So Cabernet Franc on Long Island, everyone says, oh, is it Cabernet Sauvignon? It's not. It's an entirely different grape. When you see it on the vine,
no, it's not.
It is.
No.
It's like gray. It like doesn't even look like a
gray. How do you get red wine out of gray grapes?
When you press it, it turns to the red, and they keep it on the skin.
I don't believe any of this.
Really.
Here we go. Right, exactly. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Go.
Okay, I don't know what we're doing. We're rolling, right? You're getting this?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Right, I didn't want you to get back. I didn't want you to get back.
You need to rewind.
No, but
Okay, stop talking and
will you get this? Will you get this?
Stop.
Brian and I run a traveling wine saloon. We do a lot of events with some really preeminent winemakers. Have you ever heard of a guy named Trent Preszler?
I know him. I've heard he has a really shiny bald head.
That's what we hear too. Bedell.
Bedell.
Where's the name come from?
It comes from Kip Bedell, who was our founder. And Kip was really a pioneer in the region, and he still, works at Bedell, comes in and helps us with our blending, and especially helps during harvest. He's
A pioneer. You say he was a pioneer. As in like the Pilgrims.
We have about 12 different kinds of grapes in the ground right now, including some of the oldest plantings in the eastern U.S. of Merlot, Viognier.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Viognier, yes.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
There's a G in there.
There is a G, but we sort of forget the G.
Okay.
We just
I'm just saying.
Identify.
Is it safe to say then that you might want to become this wine?
You might, if you drank enough of it. You would eventually just turn into...
You are what you drink,
right? Exactly. So the label became iconic, and you're right, there is no other wine in the world that we know of called Taste. When we commissioned Barbara Kruger to do this artwork, we didn't give her any direction. And then when the art arrived in the mail, this was in 2006, we had started with a Taste Red and a Taste White. And but we didn't really give her direction about what the art would be. When we opened up the package, we all kind of gasped because we thought it was so beautiful and so brilliant. And she, she effectively named the wine for us. The state produces such a diverse array, and Long Island even produces such a diverse array of wines that I wouldn't think that consumers would have one singular notion of what they think the wine region produces. But what I hope people would take away is that we all live here in New York City. And just a few miles down the road is a beautiful and quickly growing world-class wine region that is effectively the local wine region for New York City. And it's right here in our own backyard. Few people realize it. And I think the people who do realize it are just starting to think, wow, we've got a pretty cool thing going on right here. And let's promote this, and let's take advantage of it, and let's learn as much about it as we can. This is our 31st vintage.
Longer than a lot of California wines.
Longer than a lot of California wineries, to be totally honest. And, obviously we're not yet at the 600-year plateau of some of the famous estates in Europe, but...
We'll check back in 600 years and see how you're doing.
Exactly. I'll send you a memo.
Here.